All right. It's that time of the month yet again for a booksu. Yay, look at it, it's all good. And I came back from vacation. I actually showed my mom the last month that I did, and she had some cool little bits of advice for me. One will be that once we're done with about midway through the box and I take this out of the way, I have a towel here to cover up some of the of my desk. And I've also, as you can see over on the side there, changed this up a bit. The initial thought was to do a different one every month, but I decided to do a different look every season. This, because it's going to be May, rather than, this is the June box, by the way. Every month I get a box later than the month that I'm actually doing it, but I'm recording it as if it's this month's box. So, given that this is probably the tail end of spring going into summer, this will be the last one sharing the Sakura look. I decided to do different ones for summer, fall, and winter, and then back into spring. So next month will look different, and that will be a different look for the next 3 months, and we'll go from there. But let's see what we got this month. But as you can see, I've got a little towel there to kind of overcome some of the thing. And yes, as you can see, the box technically says summer, but as far as my recording schedule, I'm still in spring, so bear that in mind as I have things going on, so that's why it's going to be that way. So I'm kind of a month behind the boxes themselves. But let's see here. Midori Summer. Get out your clear umbrella. June is the start of Suyu, rainy season. Though tourism is low, the country is, in many ways, as liveliest as the greenest summer of full sparkling leaves, flowers, fruits, and vegetables. In this rainy month, we've curated a box of beautiful green snacks to celebrate the underrated Midori green moments. So, showing off where the things are. Let's learn Japanese. Shinryoku, fresh greenery. Suyu, rainy season. Kasa, umbrella. And Ajisai, hydrangea. So, as usual, let's try to find the tea, because there's always a tea in there somewhere. Or at least there should be. It's called happiness tea. So, we'll see how that goes. As usual, I get my stuff set up so that I can brew it while I'm doing the first snack. And we've got a thank you card. As always, thank you for being a spectacular Bokksu member. Though overlooked by many, Japan's rainy season holds a special place in many people's hearts, including mine, with vividly covered hydrangea and leaves decorating the landscape. It's an amazing opportunity to appreciate the lush beauty of nature. Whether you're staying dry indoors or basking in the fresh green of the sun finally shines, I hope you take this snack box with you to enjoy. Also, I'm going to be kind of sweating my way through this. It is getting a little... Let's see. So, happiness tea, it looks like a Manake Neko thing here. So, let's see if I can find it. It's right there on top. And yeah, there we go. So Manake Neku happiness tea. Let's see, specially blended for Bokksu. This such a happiness tea. Good luck trying to get that one. It was made to bring people relief and smiles. This unique blend features uji matcha from Kyoto, roasted rice from Hokkaido, and konbu, kelp, symbol of joy from Japan. So this is supposed to brew for 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, I'm supposed to dunk it. Let's see if I can get the picture there. Happiness tea. Not great. So this month I'm a little too close in, but maybe later on we'll get a little better look on things. So let's go brew that tea. I will also try, as much as I'd like to use the manual, sometimes I won't be able to show it off, so I might save extra time on that. Okay. So they say this month's one is Green Moments. So let's see. Okay. I'm looking for it. Aha. Okay, so that looks like a cookie. So this is gonna look. This looks like a crunch. So mini awa okoshi. Okoshi is a sweet candy that's been around for 1,000 years, traditional to Osaka. It's crunchy, airy, and an ideal with puffed rice, sesame, ginger, and sugar. So we got that. That's probably for now until I get things going. I like showing off the picture in the booklet, but you can understand why it's a little finicky where things are. For now, this is looking like an Ozaki crunch. So it's not an Ozaki crunch. It's more of a very popped, not even a Rice Krispie. Think of a very thickened Rice Krispie treat. It's a little difficult to bite into, but it's very sweet. Okay, good. Camera's not being finicky. Good. Oh, little less smoky and stiff as some teeth. I went to see my family for, as I said, vacation. I bought the Satsu Marsh, or Satsu Marche, however you want to pronounce it, gift box. A lot of them were the same. There's like 7 different types of teas in there. I found a lot of them to be very, very similar. There was black tea, like 4 or 5 types of green tea. There was one that was not very great. It was a Mekon tea. That one you may want to watch out for, but everything else from the black teas to it was a color-coded tea set. A lot of them were good. A lot of them were staples, just like the ones that I had here. So I think it was about $30 to $50. So if you wanted to get it, good. This looks like a waffle cone thing. Or waffle chip looking thing. I think we've had these before. Question is where? So that's our happiness tea. Looks like it's in the front. Aha. That's a cream waffle. It's a choga. Matcha cream waffle. 2 thick and crumbly waffle cookie sandwich in a smooth uji matcha infused cream for rich and buttery, mildly bitter green tea taste experience. So, there we go. And looks like a buttercream waffle to me, because I think either last month or the month before we had these. A little too crumbly for my taste, but there's a good look at that one. Let's see if I can feed it in through there. Yeah. You can see it kind of broke off a little bit. Ooh. Nice subtle sugar. You see that green tea paste is not so overpowering. It's a very sugary flavor. Good start. So we've had one of these guys, and we'll set that to the side. Pear frites, however they want to pronounce it. Should be easy enough to see. This one looks a little different. The 20th century pear gaufrite. Pear gaufrite. It sounds French. Popular omiyage, local souvenir in Japan. This crypt gaufrite cookie has creamy white chocolate. Good start. Made with a fragrant Nijiseki nashi. 20th century Asian pear from Tottori Prefecture. So white chocolate's always good. It's a little crumbly for my taste. Probably because it's very crumbly looking. Kind of make out the gaufrites in there. It's a very thin cookie. You see right there. It's very thin. It's supposed to have white chocolate inside. There's not a lot of space for it to have it. Think of the thinnest wafer cookie you've ever had, but there's just enough cream in there that you actually notice it. But be forewarned, it is very crumbly. The white chocolate is what makes it, though. Okay. Nice. We're on the right. We're on the next page, and it looks like we've got a longe de chat, or how you were. I'm gonna pronounce these wrong. I swear. The Oita Kabusu longe de chat, longe de chat. It's the French words. I swear to God, it's always the French or the Portuguese words is always gonna get me. This cookie has a delicious cream flavored with rich chocolate and kabosu, a small and sour citrus fruit native to the Oila Prefecture. I'm sweating quite a bit, so that wasn't the best. Let's see if I can sneak back that way. There we go. So I snuck it back somehow. I got it. I'll get it. So this one's also very crumbly. It's a trend I'm noticing in a lot of these cookies today. Could be a shipping hazard. Could be a lot of things. Not as crumbly as the gaufrite, as you'll see, but already missing pieces to it on that camera, and it crumbled a little bit as I was holding it. Oh, hey. For something that says it's sour, it's definitely not sour. This is very, it's like a lemon cookie if it was more sugar than lemon, if that makes sense. That's really thick. Really rich sugar. going to try and put some of these out of the way so that I'm not off camera too much. Again, I don't want to waste too much time off camera, but I also don't want to take too much time. Because I can just gather things up when I'm done. Kyo no sato shiro miso. Shiro miso. Miso. And right on the other page. So this is looks like it's going to be something savory. We've celebrated or collaborated with a Kyoto-based senbei maker to make these exclusive shiro miso crackers. Popular in Japanese cooking, shiro miso, white miso, is a sweet rice made with rice koji. Writing's a little small. Its unique aroma and savory sweetness are the perfect flavoring for this crispy senbei. So let's see if I can sneak you in there. There, right at the corner. I'm getting okay at that. Trying not to show off the whole thing, get messed up, but... Okay. That's interesting. It's reminding me... I've never had them, but like okonomiyaki, is that what they call them? Those cakes with just everything in them. This is a senbei, obviously, but they have these little indentations, indentations of things of like miso stuff in them, like little seaweed things. Let's see how it goes. The best way I would describe it is like when you have a cracker and you put chili on it, it soaks in some of that flavor to it. This has that miso flavor. If you've ever had miso soup at a restaurant, or if you live in Japan and have miso all the time, this is what you'd get. Pretty good. The aftertaste is not so strong, because sometimes you get seaweed or kelp flavor or soy flavor way too strong sometimes. This is nice and subtle. Excuse me. Bokksu matcha. Looks like a thick financier. Well, financiers are more straight, but it's got that same consistency to it. You can tell I've been doing this for a little while and I'm getting used to all of the little finicky things about it. Aha! This might also work with a tea. Named after its many rings, this Bokksu tree cake is baked layer by layer for a luxuriously moist and flaky texture with rich Kyoto matcha flavor in each bite. Again, I'm expecting similar to a financier, like a matcha flavored financier cake. Those kind of brownie-ish consistencies to it. I have to get rid of that silica gel. But and as you can see, there was those rings there. There's that footage. So you can see how thick it is on that camera. I was talking about the sugar content. This does not have a lot of sugar in it. You can tell But this is going to be one of the more filling flavors rather than sweet. Bitter, so to speak. But it will probably work well with the tea, I'm sure. It unlocks some of the sugar when you drink it with the tea, but still fairly good. We haven't really had a bad flavor yet, which is always a good sign. Kamado Okage, or no, Okoge, black pepper. The senbei rice cracker is named after Okoge, or rice deliciously charred by a kamado, a wood-burning Japanese stove. The more you chew, the more you'll enjoy the deep, savory, smoky flavor and aroma of the rice and black pepper seasoning. So, if I can get a corner. There we go. Doing my best to kind of cut through corners and get around having to show the entire package, knock the webcam, because the webcam's in pretty deep. Let's see if I can set more in the center. It's not perfect, but so it's got some definite sauces on top. Oh, that is good. Imagine pepper on your thick crackers, or like a black pepper pretzel kind of consistency. The best way I would describe it. That was good. A little bit of a pepper still on my tongue, but not in the really spicy way. More in the you just put some pepper on your food, like the black ground pepper you'd get. So not so spicy that it's really tingling. This is a solid box so far. We got another one of those. All right. What do we got? La Francais Pear Yakoi Sable Cookie. This Yukoi. There's two K's. Yakoi. It's hard to say. Sabare or soft sable butter cookie was made in La Francais pear from Yamagata Prefecture to create a chewy texture with fragrant sweetness. So it's kind of a mix of big and small senbei and cookies this month. Fairly soft. It's got the consistency of oatmeal cookie or a oatmeal cream pie. Just handling it, so it's kind of broken. Yeah, kind of broken there already. But so this is the sable cookie. Oh, hey. Think of, I don't know if anybody's ever had this, but like those old school homemade oatmeal cookies, or in my case, Yeah, I would say oatmeal cookies, but I always remember peanut butter cookies that we'd make at home, and we'd crush them down and make them very thin. Think of that, but a pear flavor. A very subtle, very nice, interesting pear flavor. This might be my favorite. Very chewy. Oh, so chewy. Easy to eat. Yeah, this is the winner so far. So La France or La Francais pear yakoi sable cookie. That's gonna be hard to beat. That is gonna be hard to beat. I'm saying that right now. I could go for more of those. Black sesame crispy candy. All right. Black sesame is hit or miss usually. At least it's not mochi. So I've been kind of on their mochi when it's black sesame flavored. This tasty candy is called Arihato and has been around for almost 500 years. A hard shell gives way to a flaky interior flavored with intensely nutty black sesame for a treat you won't want to stop eating. There we go. They're very small. It's like a pack of 15 or 20 in there. Wouldn't even know how to describe these guys. Cough drop looking things, maybe? It's going to be even harder to see on here. But yeah, very tiny. That is different. The best way I would describe it is a peanut butter pretzel, but a sugary sesame flavor instead. It's got a bit of an aftertaste to it. I like it better than the sesame mochi. It's distinctive. It is very distinctive, but think of the outer coating, very, very soft, yet still firm and crunchy, and then that explosion of extra flavor. I would prefer a peanut butter flavor in there, but the sesame is definitely unique. Okay. So, as you can see, I'm trying to cover that's very thick. Okay. All right. But yes, as you can see, I'm trying to not perfect, but trying to get like a towel or something to cover some of the stuff that was on my table at the end of these videos. So, well, there we go. Definitely looks like a potato chip bag to me. What have we got here? Ah, it was a full page. It was onigiri senbei wasabi. Don't like hearing that word. Shaped like a little onigiri, or Japanese rice ball, this thick and crunchy senbei rice cracker boasts an umami soy sauce coating and a tingly kick of wasabi. Well, there goes nothing. Wasabi. Always fun. I'm reminded of playing Persona 4 and going right into the fridge, and it goes, eat it. And I'm getting that distinct impression that my courage is increasing, and yet I'm not going to feel well after this. These are big, and I can definitely tell they're going to be thick. The question is there enough wasabi to kill me? Thankfully, no. Enough wasabi that you know it's there, but more as a flavor, not as an experience. So it's more of the soy. It's more of the soy than the wasabi. So think of dumping sushi into, like, you put the wasabi and the ginger on it, and then you dunk it into the soy to cut the intensity of the wasabi flavor. That's what this is like. It is still there, though. It's definitely still there. Oh. Let's get the big guy out of the way. Because he's heavy. And move some of the stuff in there. Yeah, let's get the big guy out of the way. Where are you at? Aha! Matcha warabi mochi. Warabi mochi is a chewy, jelly-like texture that melts in your mouth. It's dusted with kinako roasted soybean powder and matcha powder for a nutty, lightly bitter taste. Enjoy it chilled for a refreshing summer dessert. There we go. I think this is a solid one, so I don't have to... I forget if I have to put it in... Oh, it's one of... Oh, okay. So... Yeah, this one's gonna be one I'm gonna have to save for a second. Because you see, it's like a jelly paste. So let's save that for later. And move on to this guy. The Pai no Hitori Goto pumpkin. Okay. The perfect treat for Hitori, one person. So Hitori Goto, one person. This little pie is a crisp and flaky dough that encases a lightly sweet, and healthy filling of white bean paste and pumpkin. Why do I get the feeling I want to save this for last? I'm probably gonna regret doing this over this. But hey, I want to kind of save that last little bit of thing for later, but hey. Silica gel is always silica gel. Well, they give you enough packaging in this one. It's like a soft breading. It's like a biscuit. It's like a mini biscuit or a Twinkie. That is very unique. I've not had pumpkin. Oh, there you go. It's like a flaky wafer cake. It definitely has that biscuit texture to it. And I'm saying American biscuits, the Pillsbury Doughboy stuff, but the pumpkin is such a departure from most of the stuff because we get soy sauce, we get white bean paste, azuki paste, senbeis, It's almost like a butter. It's almost like eating a biscuit or a donut that has this like really soft buttery cream to it. That's really good. That rivals the that rivals some of the other stuff. I forget. This has been a really good box. I remember the Hokkaido Wonderland was my favorite. This is going to be up there unless something really screws up. The senbei was not great. And the wasabi chips are one thing, but they were good still. Anyway, olive no yume cookie, sweet potato. These cookies are a Kagawa Prefecture specialty. They're made with sanuki no yume flour and yume noto sugar. Both with one local ingredient, sweet potatoes and olive oil from Shodo Island for a light and sweet taste. It's probably going to remind me of the olive oil, probably for flavoring and texture, not so much being the thing there. And then a flaky cookie there. You can see how thin it is on this camera a little better. Here you go. Butter cookie. Just straight butter cookie. Honestly, the olive oil is not even there, or if it's there, you barely even feel it. Unlike some other flavors which are so overpowering. So, yet more good stuff. I have not had anything I hated yet, which is always a start. All right, Denroko Mame, black sesame, more black sesame. Here we go. Tiny roasted peanuts are dipped in black sesame sugar, resulting in an addictive, crispy, and aromatic snack with a sweet taste. So this might be one of the longer videos that I do. Yeah. They gave us a lot of stuff, and there goes one of the peanuts. Oh well, I'll grab it later. So, pretty small. The dry roasted peanuts you'd get in a Planters bag or something like that. Again, I'm using mostly Americanized references, so bear that in mind. But again, pretty solid. This stuff is good. Like, there's just nothing that I'm just outwardly like against. We have a couple of great standouts so far. So let's see what this is looking like. A pear or some sort of fruit. I am fruit. Where are you at? Kiwi. Okay. Chocolate yogurt kiwi bites. Enjoy the addictively tart and sweet flavors of these dried golden kiwi fruit bites, dipped in a chocolate yogurt coating for a refreshing probiotic-filled snack. All right. This could be really good. Then again, I've thought things would be really, really bad, and then I would turned out to be pleasantly surprised after all. So, what do we have here? Yeah. It's pretty thick. Oh, yes. This definitely rivals the Hokkaido month. It's a burst of fruit flavor inside the chocolate. And don't mind me. Yeah. So a nice jiggly little jelly thing that we'll mix up in just a second. Let me make sure I've got you again. So the winners this month were the Sable cookie, the Yakoi cookie, those yogurt kiwi bites were good. Overall, this month was really good. The pumpkin was a good flavor. This is across the board. This might be number 2, if not number 1. So let me get back to the description of the warabi mochi again. So again, we got the warabi mochi. We got to mix that in. And then we'll finish up a little longer this month, but hopefully overall happy run of things. But yes, if you're interested in these things, what you can do is you can go onto Bokksu and order a subscription like I do. It's about $40-50 a month. Or you can just buy the treats from what they call Bokksu Market or Bokksu Boutique. I would go through Bokksu Boutique. They also have bi-monthly Hello Kitty boxes out now. Those are for fans of Hello Kitty, obviously. They got mystery boxes. They've got these in separate bags if they want. So if you're interested in these things, I would definitely vouch for them because I've been doing them for about a year now. If you're interested in these videos, obviously like, share, and subscribe. I know I try to do it very matter-of-factly, but there we go. Nice matcha flavor. But I do definitely enjoy this, and it's not just because it's the food. It's because a lot of people seem to really resonate and love learning about this stuff in a because again, my take is going to be different than everybody else's. So I have some preferred foods, but let's see here. We'll get a good chunk. I'm not going to lie though. Not the best looking thing, but I've been surprised before. All right. So, despite its looks, it's very good. So yes, as you can see, despite its looks, very earthy, still a lot of sugar, but overall, this is one of the best months I've had, bar none. Hopefully you guys are appreciative of all these things. I do this kind of off the cuff. I get the box, I go and put all my stuff on, and I try it out. And this month was one of those really good ones. A couple of new things like a pumpkin flavor, butter cookies, you name it. A lot of the matcha staples or soy sauce flavored staples that you get. But across the board, this is one of the better months. this may even be the best one going forward, but take that for what it's worth. For all the good you get and all the bad you get, you never know what you're going to experience. And I have fun doing these things. So hopefully you guys enjoy the little bits and benefits of a little bit of a longer episode this month. A few more extra things this month than normal, but a few extra changes in the visual scheme. Hopefully it looks a little nicer, so people are happy about that. But again, if you like these things, check them out on Bokksu.com or Sakurako Tokyo Treat. Any of those probably fit the bill. You'll see these advertised on a lot of other channels. I can vouch for these very much. So if you like these, keep checking them out every month. I've got this on my normal channel and my secondary channel. And I'll see you guys next time with more snacks. I'm going to go eat the rest of these. See you next month.